It's time now for a look latest in local news. In the news, we begin with the community-wide blood drive set for today at the VFW. Again, the time of the blood drive today is from 2 to 7. If anyone has the chance to give the gift of life upon the blood, to please do so today. Red Cross stressing the importance of these community blood drives. Again, they encourage anyone who can donate blood today to please do so. Again, that's from 2 to 7 p.m. at the VFW. City of Jesup sent out a press release yesterday from Wednesday from the City of Jesup reads as follows. On Tuesday, February 2nd, during the regularly scheduled meeting, the mayor and the Board of Commissioners of the City of Jesup, by formal motion, directed the city manager to release the Jesup Police Chief Mike Lane of his duties. The city is now following the procedures provided for in the employee handbook for the City of Jesup to permanently relieve the chief of his duties. Chief Lane has been suspended while those procedures are carried out. City manager had earlier requested an internal affairs investigation from an outside law enforcement agency in connection with complaints by former employees concerning the police chief. In addition, the Georgia Bureau of Investigation is still conducting an independent investigation related to the complaints made against Chief Lane, but the city has not yet received that GBI report. City of Jesup is committed to be the premier place to live and work through the provision of quality services to our citizens and employees, creating a safe and harmonious environment for all. The mayor and board of commissioners of the City of Jesup appreciate the trust placed in us by our citizens. We practice continuous improvement for the betterment of the city, and we'll never stop asking ourselves how we can improve. Again, that released by the City of Jesup Wednesday under the listing of public announcement. Reminder that the formal motion that they mentioned occurred after a 2.5-hour executive session on Tuesday night, and the vote was a unanimous 6-0 vote. WIFO-FM reported yesterday that the commissioners fired the chief of police, but were reminded Wednesday that the commissioners do not have that authority. They can only hire and fire the city manager, the city clerk, and the city attorney. So, translation, the 6-0 vote on Tuesday night was to instruct the city manager to fire the police chief. The chief, like any employee, has the right of appeal and can seek a grievance hearing if he so desires, but the vote Tuesday by the commission was to send a clear message to the city manager. They expect the city manager to make the move to end the employment of the police chief, and currently he's been suspended while those procedures are being carried out. From everyone we talked to, the commissioners and mayor were blindsided by the lawsuit filed against the city and Chief Lane and Mike Deal as they learned about it on Tuesday afternoon when the Savannah media outlets released the lawsuit. Again, it's a 33-page document in which 3 former City of Jesup police officers, all female, filed suit claiming sexual harassment and sexual misconduct while working under Police Chief Mike Lane. WIFO-FM will continue to follow the proceedings, but to clarify and correct, the city commissioners Tuesday did not fire the chief because they simply don't have the authority to do so. They do have the authority to fire the city manager, and the message Tuesday with the 6-0 vote is that the city commissioners expect the city manager to release the chief as the city police chief, again, has been released of his duties. Bottom line, again, the chief, like every city employee, can appeal the termination, seek a hearing, or any other legal avenues at his or her disposal, and will simply continue to follow the story as it develops. The city has called a meeting for this coming February the 5th. Again, on the agenda are the board appointments and executive session to once again discuss personnel. That takes place at 2 p.m. tomorrow. Again, the city commissioners did have their regular meeting on Tuesday. We'll come back, take a look at that and other news right after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. City Justice Commission did meet on Tuesday for the regular meeting. At that meeting, they approved $12,000 to go ahead with the company that presented them with a road assessment program where the company will come in and travel the roads and videotape them, list them from good to worst, and the city will have that information on their records and be able to address the areas of concern. They also approved a $12,000 for a pool consultant. Bill Schuman on hand saying the consultant will help the city get the permit from the health department. Again, they're in the process of doing that. Again, the pool consultant was hired Tuesday at a cost of $12,000. The city approved their service delivery strategy with the county, which they've been working on for years. The mayor and Commissioner Nick Harris worked closely with the county to have that plan sent to the state for approval. It's a 10-year plan. Mayor says the county has agreed to pay $25,000 a year for the animal pound, around $2,000 a month. County now has their own animal control officer, but again agreed to pay $25,000 for the pound improvements. They also agreed that any changes in the agreement must be put down in writing. Harris says the city and county worked well together. He wanted to commend County Administrator Ed Jeffords. Harris says it was a good working relationship on the service delivery strategy. The board heard a lengthy presentation on how to control the cat population in the city of Jesup. The plan is to capture the cats, have them spayed and neutered, and then put right back to where the cats were found in the first place. Lady making the presentation was from Jacksonville, Florida. No action was taken by the board. By the board. They simply took the presentation as information at this time. Wayne County Board of Education is going to continue their interviews of applicants for the position of school superintendent. The next meeting is tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. at the Wayne County Airport. Also going to meet again on Monday at 8 a.m. at the airport to once again interview the candidates for the job. The goal was to narrow the field of candidates down to 3, who the board will choose from to be the next school superintendent. Once they narrow it down to 3, they have to make those names public. Nick Gillis was on our news yesterday talking about the process. Once again, the process of interviews continues Friday and Monday. As soon as they narrow the field of candidates to 3, again, those names will be made to the public. Ellis indicated they may have that announcement at their next board meeting, which is set for this coming Tuesday, February the 9th. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor. Other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes news. Probate Judge Tammy Thornton again reminds the residents of the city of Odom they've opened back up the qualifying period for that special election to fill the city council seat that's been left vacant by the resignation of William McLaughlin. That qualifying period is set to run Monday up until Wednesday at 12 noon. The fee $750. So far, no one's shown any interest in the city of Odom to seek that unfilled seat. Again, no one's even called to inquire about it. Once again, the new qualifying period set for Monday through Wednesday at the probate office. And finally, in the news, Wayne Memorial Hospital is pleased to announce Dr. Stephen Roth, OBGYN, as a new addition to the group. His office is located at 930 South 1st Street in Jesup. Can be reached by calling 912-559-2432. He's a board-certified physician, has over 27 years' experience in the diagnosis and treatment of a wide range of women's health issues. After graduating cum laude from the University of South Florida, Dr. Roth also completed his medical degree at the University of South Florida in Tampa, Florida. His specialty training was completed at the University of Alabama, Birmingham, and Caraway Methodist Medical Center in Birmingham, Alabama. The fellow of the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Dr. Roth previously served as the chief of staff at Citrus Memorial Hospital in Florida. He shares his professional goal, he says, to provide the best possible care for my patients through compassion, critical thinking, and extensive experience in the women's health. Again, Dr. Roth joining Wayne Memorial Hospital and St. Joseph's Kaler Associates. Again, his office here in Jesup, 930 South 1st Street. He can be reached by calling 912-559-2432. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan saying have a great day.